Well, I think after certainly the 4-minute span where we gave up 28 points, and one of them was the pick, but two big plays and a long, I think, 15-play drive. I think our guys settled down. Certainly it's difficult. Would have liked to at least been able to get a takeaway or two. Not having any takeaways, being able to force them to punt eight times is a positive. But I think that the biggest difficulty for us was not being able to take the ball away. And that's something we're trying to stress and really emphasize this week and continue to emphasize. It wasn't like we had a number of opportunities out there. We did get our hands on a lot of balls, and that's something we've got to do a much better job of.
Brian, halfway through the season, where do you assess where this defense is right now?
Well, I think just ability of consistency. I think at times we've showed good improvement, but at other times being able to give up big plays, not being able to create for us. One of the things I talked about earlier, just us being able to create takeaways, be able to get the ball back for our offense, and that's something that I think you have to be able to generate. Whether it's there wasn't a lot of opportunities for us to try to strip the ball, bat the ball, getting our hands up in the throwing lanes. Those are things we need to continue to stress and do a much better job of.
Michigan State for the longest time was known almost strictly for its defense. The last season and a half they've been really potent offensively. What has been I think they lead the Big Ten in scoring this year. What's been the biggest, I guess, the thing that's allowed them to be so successful on offense?
Well, I think it starts with their quarterback. He's a talented, makes good decisions, probably as accurate a passer as we'll see this year. Has been, puts the ball. He's got a talented group of receivers. I think you look at their offense, and it's a very experienced offense. I think they have 4 or 5 fifth-year seniors, and so while they're very, very multiple, they'll be more multiple as far as shifts, formations, unbalanced, empty than anybody we'll see all year. And I think you can do that approach with older kids. And a talented quarterback that's come in and done a really nice job the last couple of years.
Basically, a receiver like Lippett who can make every play imaginable. He can outrun you, he can smash through you, he can leap over you. How do you approach somebody like that?
Well, I think you certainly got to be aware of where he is, and they have a group of receivers around him and tight ends around him that are talented as well. So it's tough to isolate completely on him because they've got other big play capabilities. But for us, we've obviously got to know where he is because, like you said, he can stretch the field, he can make you miss, he can do a lot of things once he gets the ball in his hands.
Do you have confidence in your guys' ability to cover him one-on-one without revealing details?
I do. I think our guys have played some talented receivers this year, and certainly, we'll have ways to, whether it's zone or man, we'll have ways to be able to help our corners at times. But I think that in college football with the multiple offenses, you have to be able to cover on the edge. You have to be able to single coverage, quite a bit of time. And so there's, we got to put our guys in positions and give them help when needed.
To be a defensive coordinator in this era, I mean, Kevin mentioned about TCU was a good defensive team and gave up 60 points or whatever they gave up. I mean, with the way offense is now, how tough is it?
I think you just have to be sound and make offenses earn it. Offenses these days can put a lot of points on the board in a lot of different ways. They'll use the whole field, and for us to be sound with our guys, keep it simple enough where it's not confusing because, like I said, we're going to get shifts, motions, unbalanced, empty, a number of different unfortunately for our players, the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of these type of situations. So I think from a preparation standpoint, we've had pretty good prep the last couple of weeks. So just, for us to keep it simple, yet you've got, with an experienced quarterback like this, I think you have to give him different looks as well.
Sorry, man, with Clark Cohen, how much confidence do you have in those young quarterbacks?
Say again, I'm sorry.
How far have Rashard Bateman and Donald Clark come this year, and how much faith do you have in them? It seems like they play a lot.
They do play a lot, and our corners are very involved in special teams and are on the field a lot. And so to be able to give, Hunter and Bennett some time, I think Richard, if you ask our receivers, Richard Fant's probably as talented a guy as we have in the secondary as far as being able to cover. Donovan, being a young guy, has came in, and now that he's played in 3 or 4 games, we've gained more and more confidence with him.
No one wants to, fans don't want to hear excuses about performance in football teams, but I guess you must take some encouragement from the fact that so many of your 2 deep are in their first or second season of college football.
Well, I think it's encouragement, and you see a lot of improvement on those kids. Being able to play a Fant or a Donovan Clark, T. Gray Scales, Greg Gooch, a lot of young guys playing, and so you see continuous improvement. Even T.J. Simmons, we think of T.J. Simmons as a vet, but he's only played about 16, 17 football games. So our young guys continue. We just need to continue to have our older guys, get a sense of urgency on, hey, time is, we're coming down to the last half of the season, and have a sense of urgency to go out and be able to make plays and continue to pick their level of play up just like our young guys are.
Turnover issue, just personnel, or just something you can coach, only forced to fumble one time this year?
That's something we look at as a lot as a staff. I mean, we went through and we try to show our guys situations where we could have had an opportunity if we would have tried to strip here, whether it's getting our hands up. I think we need to, as a staff, we need to continue to put our guys in those positions, whether it's drill work, whether it's emphasis. We've really emphasized third down this year, and our guys, our players typically will respond to what you emphasize. And we've been pretty solid on third down, but we need to continue to reinforce being able to take it away. In college football, you have to limit possessions. We did a great job on special teams, stealing a possession, but we've got to be able to do that. We've got to be able to match our opponent from a takeaway standpoint.
I think I saw a picture the other day, you changing a tire after the game, getting back. Was that Michael Hunter, or what happened there?
Coach Joseph and I, after the game, Michael Hunter's truck had a flat tire, so we were helping him change that tire. But, just right outside, yes.
Do it all.
We got a great group of young men, and it's being able to help them as much as you can, whether it's change a tire or press coverage, and so it's coaching is. Never changes. It's all about the young men. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.